I'm Nicholas Reed. Welcome back to the Sooner Saloon. We're without Taylor Reed today. I'm joined with Emerson Campbell. And Emerson, you haven't really got to spill your thoughts on Brent Venables coming to Oklahoma, and we've also learned some new news as well. Jeff Lebby is coming from Ole Miss. We also got Jerry Schmidt coming from Texas A&M, two SEC guys. So just tell me a little bit of what's been on your mind about this whole situation, Emerson.
Yeah, so first of all, I would like to say that I am ecstatic about the Brent Venables hire. I think he was the top candidate, and it was as close as unanimous as it could have been around Sooner Nation as to who the top guy was. No disrespect to the other candidates, Dave Aranda, however involved he was or whatever, Shane Beamer, Josh Heupel, whoever you wanted to throw out, there's obviously a lot of great coaches they could have went to, but Brent Venables was the obvious, clear choice, and I'm ecstatic. There's an energy around the fan base. I think he had a great media day for his first, time being the guy in the spotlight at a program. And I think he had a lot of good things to say about, uh, the importance of personal relationships and how that can basically affect the culture of a program. And he also talked about loyalty a lot, which is obviously something Sooner Nation wants to hear about right now. And he's got
Yeah.
a great track record with that. So overall, I think Brent Venables is a great hire. He is going to bring back a savage form of defense, and it's going to be fun to watch, and it's going to be something that Sooner Nation has longed for a long time. And I think they did it in a relatively timely manner, and I think overall the triage of Oklahoma decommits has really not been as bad as expected so far. And they're even starting to pick up steam on the recruiting trail as well. So I think Brent Venables is going to do a great job, and he's going to work his tail off when he's at work for Oklahoma. And he's got a lot of ties to the SEC, and he understands how to compete in that conference because he's beaten the best teams in that conference multiple times. So you know, I think he's going to attract a lot of talented and high character coaches as well to bring
Yeah,
around
he,
him.
he, he will. And, Sooner Nation should be excited. You know, with this whole transition going to the SEC, you couldn't have picked a better guy to be your head coach. And that was my opinion too. Oklahoma has to get this, this hire right, and they did. They hit it square on the head with Brent Venables. It had to be defense. His resume doesn't lie. What he did at Oklahoma, what he did at Clemson, getting a national title with OU in 2000, getting one with Clemson in 2016, 2018. And his defenses are relentless, just swarming to the football. And he's coached a lot of dudes, and from day one that he's being at OU, we will be stronger. We're going to be more physical. So expect that next season from the start. So it's going to be fun. And with that being said, Emerson, we also get Jeff Lebby and Jerry Schmidt, two SEC guys. Very easily could help us on the recruiting trail as this 2022 National Signing Day is coming quick. So tell me a little
Uh,
bit of what you think about these two guys joining us as well.
so Jeff Lebby, obviously, a lot of people are going to be aware of kind of his past situation. I don't know enough to comment on it, uh, but hopefully, Joe Castiglione did his due diligence, and I think as far as what he brings to the field from a football perspective, it's very exciting. And I mean, say what you want about Lincoln Riley and how good his offenses were. Lebby has consistently put together competitive high-powered, consistent offenses in the SEC that put up 40 against Bama 4 years out of 5, and at Ole Miss, and they have one of the top 5 offenses in the country year after year in the SEC. So I think he's going to be a really good addition and offensive coordinator for the Sooners.
Yeah, I think they got the best guy available.
Yeah.
Back when Baylor was having their run with Art Briles, like you said, Emerson, he was there on that staff. Say what you want about him, but I do think he's the right guy. What I've heard off of like podcasts and just research, Eichert and Lehman, I was listening to their podcast, and they know a couple guys that know him, and they say he's a really good dude. But obviously I know nothing about the guy, and the past is the past. When it comes to a football standpoint, they 100% have the right guy. Ole Miss was a top 5 team nationally. They were number 4 in total offense over this past season, and it's a very fast no-huddle offense, and they do an amazing job just switching the looks on you. The quarterback does a great job, handing the ball off and, doing a little fake like he's throwing the ball. It's just he mixes it up well with rushing and passing game. So if you're Caleb Williams or you're an Oklahoma running back, you should be really excited. Especially for Williams, getting to showcase his arm and his legs, because that's what Ole Miss is doing all season long. And I was watching Ole Miss versus Texas A&M. Ole Miss had like 350 yards in the first half, and it was awesome. They were getting the ball snapped within 25 seconds. But yeah, I'm excited. That's personally who I think we need. So just super excited just to see where this program's going.
Yeah. And I'll say about, obviously Oklahoma is going to be able to, I think Lebby will be a good recruiter as an offensive coordinator. And the guy coming from, we're getting Schmidt back, right?
Right.
From A&M. That is amazing. He was like the highest paid strength and conditioning coach in the country when he took the job at A&M with Jimbo. Or when Jimbo brought him in. So, I mean, that's just a testament. And that's something that I know the Oklahoma fan base has complained about for a long time.
Yes.
Especially on defense. So that'll be interesting to see. And, I'm not like an expert or anything, but like some of the things that like I saw like on Benny Wiley's Instagram were just kind of interesting sometimes. So I don't know. I think Schmidt will address some of those, and hopefully maybe the team can stay a little bit healthier. I don't know. That's always kind of relative and retrospective. So, but I like him. I think he's going to be. I think he's going to definitely bring the nastiness to the team and be able to bring that physicality.
I'm telling you, from day one, Oklahoma will be more physical. Day one, under Venables, at practice, they're going to find out real quick. This whole culture is going to change. This thing's not being ran by Lincoln Riley anymore. Venables is just mean, intense, but he's also a good guy to, a good guy in that leadership role. You can talk to him. I can tell that Venables is excited for this job. He's obviously been loyal to his teams, Oklahoma and Clemson, coming back to Oklahoma, and the whole fan base is excited for it. I'm excited for it. But yeah,
and he looks pumped up. He looks happy to be there.
He does look happy.
And
it's good to see.
he's got like good vibes and like good energy. So, what more could you ask for? Charismatic head coach. That's in his freaking 50s. And he's got to, it's not surprising that he came back to Oklahoma either, because he grew up and for a portion of his life in Salina, Kansas. He's a Midwestern guy. Probably wants to get maybe back to some family that live around here. So,
Yeah.
you know,
He also played football at JUCO at Garden City. I know he went and coached at Kansas State for a little bit. Then he went to Oklahoma.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. So, I mean, talk about like being taught by, being coached up under Schneider, Stoops, and Sweeney. It's
that's
not
legends.
bad. Yeah. Pretty good. Pretty good.
I would
Anyway.
say so.
I do want to touch on, so I guess Beadenbow is staying, correct?
Yes.
As well as Gundy, DeMarco, Joe John. All of those guys you would imagine would stay, in my opinion, correct?
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've heard all those guys are staying.
Word.
I know the Beadenbow thing was a close call, but I know he wants to be an OU. So
True. Yeah. Dude, it's crazy, dude. You watch Sunday Night Football, and you have, like, Creed and Orlando Brown and, Blake Bell, like, all starting. And then, like, you watch the Buffalo-New England game on Monday night, and you got two more Oklahoma offensive linemen just bringing up, like, the right side. That's, like, huge for the University of Oklahoma. And Bill Beadenbow, himself. So it's good that he's
they've
stayed.
done a great job producing offensive linemen the past 10 years.
Yeah.
And that's not even to mention guys like Trent Williams and Lane Johnson. Like, those are prime time
Phil Oathall.
tackles in the NFL. Yeah.
Trent Williams. Yeah. The list goes on and on, dude. He's insane. And, you have, like, let's talk about a little bit of recruiting. We have, like, kids like Jacob Sexton and Jake Taylor, like, announcing their recommitment. Not recommitment, really, but the reaffirmation of their commitment to Oklahoma on Twitter. They're riding with us. I mean, really, like, you saw the ones that were kind of expected to leave go, like, and Spencer Rattler, Jaden Hazelwood. It's not surprising.
Stogner and Weiss as well.
Weiss was probably the most surprising, I would say, out of those four, out of the 2019 class.
Yeah. It's whatever, though.
I mean, they were all plagued by injury except for Rattler, who just, obviously everyone knows his story, so.
Yeah, truly.
But I hope he goes to UCLA and beats the crap out of who. Balls out.
I think he's going to be good for UCLA. I really do.
Yeah. If he goes there. I don't know where he's going, but that's the favorite spot right now. Anyway. And there's still, like, I mean, so is Perrion playing in the bowl game?
No, he's not. Him and
that's what I thought.
Benito are out of the bowl game. They're not playing.
And Asamoah.
What are you saying about Asamoah as well?
Asamoah as well. Which, would have liked to see them play their bowl game, but, no shade. Go get your money. Stay healthy. Nick Benito, live in the gym, I would say, for draft day.
Fair enough.
But anyway, he doesn't need to listen to me. He's obviously got it figured out. He's going in the first round. I'll be shocked if he doesn't.
Well, Emerson, is there anything else that you'd want to touch on?
I think it's going to be interesting to see who they hire defensively. Because he said he's going to get a defensive coordinator. He said that Brent Venables did in his presser. So people are saying the guy out of Georgia, and that's why they haven't hired him yet, because he's coaching a college football playoff team. I don't know how true that is, but it's interesting. It's fun to ponder.
Either way, you just got to trust Brent Venables. To me, it doesn't really matter who we hire because I have full faith in him.
Yeah, and I think most of the fan base does, and I mean, honestly, compared to where we were a week ago, 8 days ago, that's a huge statement and a huge sigh of relief
It
for
is.
all of Sooner Nation.
It is. We're definitely going on the upside. So it's going to be big to hopefully get 2 years, 2 more years in the Big 12 before we head over to the SEC. Get a groove. You know, we
Yeah.
have the coaching staff now that has seen the SEC and what it looks like and just the physicality of it. So just going into a transition would be smooth.
Yeah, for sure. That's about all I can think of. I mean, I would just say, like we still have people like Brett Venables is getting some decent talent as long as people, not a lot more people leave. Like he's still got Clayton Smith and Kelvin Gilliam and, Ethan Downs and Jalen Redmond hasn't announced anything yet. Some argue that he might want to stay and get a full season under his belt before he goes to the draft. I don't know. I would be happy if he did, but either way, there's going to be talent on the deep. Josh Ellison, he's got another year left, I think. Like there's
Still got
Corey
Reggie
Roberson,
Grimes back there too.
Reggie Grimes. Yeah, huge rotational guy this year, and he had a couple sacks. So if they can hold on to some of these guys, especially on defense, and like it seems like a lot of the guys in the offensive line probably aren't going anywhere because Bedenbaugh's staying.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the core of your team, really. And DeMarco Murray's got Gavin Sawchuk still committed. Gentry Williams is still in the boat. He's questionable. There's Nicholas Anderson. There's still people in this class that they can work with. But
Yeah, definitely would agree. Venables has still been hot in the recruiting trail, so that's good to see. But
yeah,
that's pretty much what I've got.
oh yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Caleb Williams stays. That's the biggest one. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, definitely so. But with that being said, don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll definitely be doing a video over the Oklahoma and Oregon matchup. So, from Sooner Saloon, adios.
Boomer.